Are you sure it's burnout? Or is it something else entirely? Because what looks like collapse on the outside might actually be awakening on the inside. You're exhausted. You're restless. You can't find the energy for the things you used to love. And the world tells you it's burnout. Too much stress, too many demands, too little time. But here's the truth no one talks about. Sometimes what we call burnout is really your soul, your true self, trying to wake you up. So let's explore the difference between burnout and awakening, and how to know which one you're experiencing. Burnout and awakening can look the same at first. Fatigue, disconnection, loss of motivation, a feeling that something is missing. But their root causes are completely different, and so are their outcomes. Burnout comes from depletion. Awakening comes from transformation. Burnout says, you've given too much. Awakening says, you've outgrown where you are. Burnout drains you. Awakening remakes you. And learning to tell the difference is the key. Because if you treat awakening like burnout, you'll try to rest your way through it, and it won't work. If you treat burnout like awakening, you'll try to spiritualize exhaustion, and that won't work either. So how do you tell them apart? Burnout is exhaustion rooted in overextension. Awakening is exhaustion rooted in expansion. Burnout comes from too much output with no replenishment. Awakening comes from breaking out of an old identity that no longer fits. Burnout is your system saying, "Stop before you collapse." Awakening is your soul saying, "Change before you wither." One is a warning. The other is an invitation. Let's make it even clearer. Burnout shows up when your body and mind can't keep up with demands. The cure is restoration, sleep, boundaries, recovery. Awakening shows up when your soul can't keep living the same story. The cure is transformation, honesty, alignment, reinvention. Burnout says you're running on empty. Awakening says you're running on autopilot. Burnout says, slow down. Awakening says, wake up. So ask yourself, am I simply drained? Or am I being dismantled so I can be rebuilt? This question matters because your path forward depends on the answer. If it's burnout, you need rest. If it's awakening, you need release. If it's burnout, you need to step back. If it's awakening, you need to step into the unknown. And sometimes, it's both. Burnout cracks you open, and awakening walks you through. That's why it can feel so confusing. You might rest, but still feel unsettled. You might stop hustling, but still feel hungry for something more. That's the signal. That's awakening. When rest doesn't fix it, when sleep doesn't solve it, when the old rhythm doesn't restore you, Because what's happening isn't physical depletion. It's spiritual expansion. And let me be clear, awakening is not about religion. It's not about rituals or dogma. It's about becoming the leader you were always meant to be by bringing your whole self to the table. Most leadership models train us to fragment, to bring the polished, professional self forward and hide the rest. But fragmentation creates pressure. Integration creates presence. That's why spiritual growth matters. Because leadership isn't only about skill, it's about state. If you're fractured inside, your team feels it too. If you're aligned inside, they feel that too. Awakening is the process of returning to wholeness. And when you lead from wholeness, you don't just succeed, you inspire. So what do you do when you realize it's not just burnout, it's awakening? First, stop judging the exhaustion. It's not weakness. It's your body recalibrating to a bigger energy. Second, listen to the discontent. Don't numb it. Don't dismiss it. Don't medicate it away. Your dissatisfaction is sacred. It's showing you what no longer fits. Third, let go of the old identity. The achiever, the fixer, the one who never rests, the one who carries it all. That role is burning away because it's not who you truly are. Fourth, ask, what is my soul asking for now? Not what my boss wants, not what my industry says, not what I've always done, but what my soul is whispering. That's the real invitation of awakening. It's not about managing stress. It's about birthing your next self. And yes, it feels like burnout at first, because endings always mimic exhaustion. The old story is dying, and death feels heavy. But on the other side is rebirth. Let's take this deeper. Think of burnout as a collapse of energy, and awakening as a collapse of identity. When your energy collapses, you need sleep, food, nature, boundaries. When your identity collapses, you need courage, faith, surrender, and trust. Burnout says, my body can't keep this pace. Awakening says, my soul can't keep this lie. Burnout is healed by restoring what's been depleted. Awakening is healed by releasing what's been false. And when you're in awakening, you don't just need more energy. You need a new expression, a new way of being, a new alignment. This is why so many ambitious women misdiagnose awakening as burnout. Because both make you tired. But one asks you to sleep, the other asks you to shed. One asks for recovery, the other asks for reinvention. So how do you work with awakening? You stop trying to go back. You stop trying to fix yourself so you can fit back into the old mold. Because the old mold no longer exists. You've outgrown it. Awakening feels lonely at first. It feels like disorientation. It feels like losing your edge. But what you're really losing is the weight of who you no longer are. And the fatigue is real. Not because you're failing, but because transformation takes energy. It takes energy to rewrite the story of your life. This is why awakening can't be managed with vacations. You can't sleep your way through it. You can't time block your way out of it. You can only walk through it. So here's the shift I want you to hold. Burnout ends when you rest. Awakening begins when you release. Burnout restores the body. Awakening restores the soul. And when you let awakening do its work, the exhaustion eventually lifts. Because the new self no longer needs the old struggle. Think of it like this. Burnout empties you so you can stop. Awakening empties you so you can start. Burnout is depletion. Awakening is transition. Burnout is collapse. Awakening is rebirth. So if you've been asking yourself, am I burned out? Or am I waking up? The answer might be both. You may need to rest. And you may need to release. You may need to recover. And you may need to reinvent. But here's what I know. If rest alone doesn't fix it, it's not just burnout. It's awakening. And the next chapter of your life isn't waiting for you to work harder. It's waiting for you to wake up. Because you are not here just to produce. You are here to evolve. You're not here just to manage stress. You are here to embody soul. You are not here just to burn out. You are here to light up. If this resonates with you, subscribe. Share this video with a woman you know who's questioning whether she's burned out or whether she's waking up. And come back every Monday as we continue moving from burned out to spiritually lit.